Debbie at Best Case Mama Fab Finds. If you haven't watched me before, I am a reseller. I'm retired. I do this to supplement my income, and this is a part-time gig that turned into a full-time gig because I actually have a full-time gig that I'm building a business called Go Godly Worldwide, and so it's overwhelming me all the time. But this gives me an opportunity to kind of get comfortable in front of the camera, because I'm not comfortable in front of the camera. Well, I am and I'm not. Like, I'm okay. Like, I went to school for drama, so I think I'm okay for, like, acting like someone else, acting like me. Not as comfortable. Not so much. Make me be somebody else. Put me in a musical. I'm okay. but when I'm me, not as much. So, and in front of a camera, streaming something, it's like a very different dynamic, and editing video is a very different dynamic. So I'm trying to get used to doing those things. And so that's why I'm doing a channel and sharing my haul videos and sharing things I find at thrift shops and at yard sales and at estate sales and things like that. And today's haul video, I think, is 21. So I'm going to share some things with you that I found. These are yard sale finds, I think, most of them. And I'm going to start with this guy here. Oh my gosh, he's so heavy. So this is a weighted Pluto. He's weighted. He's just weighted. I picked him up at a yard sale. He's newer. He's still got his tags too. And he provides endless relaxation. And he has a 2.5 pound weighted removable. You can take it out if you don't want it, but it's supposed to be, like, to help calm kids that are like not calm about things. And you can take it out. It has Velcro in the back. But so he weighs maybe 3 pounds altogether, and he's kind of bigger. So he's going to weigh a bit more to ship him because he weighs 3 pounds. But he's pretty awesome nonetheless, and he's sensory, meant for helping with kids with sensory issues or adults with sensory issues, because he's got some weight to him, and he is heavy. I have a broken wrist, and that was kind of uncomfortable. But anyway, but I got him for, so everything I think I bought for 20, and it worked out to be like $2.50 per thing that I bought. So he was like $2.50 or $3, and I think he goes for close to 60. But I will, for those that aren't familiar, I don't always know off the top of my head when I'm doing this, and it's, complicated to like look everything up as I'm talking to you. It would be very disjointed. I did that the other day, and it was okay, but I'm not a fan. But so I popped these up here, the prices, when I looked them up, okay? So, and if you hear some background noise, my husband's in the kitchen getting breakfast because we're getting ready to go to church soon. So he's in there putzing about. This is a rainbow bear, and he's Build-A-Bear. Now, the ones that are Pride bears, which are darker, this is more pastel, and this is called something else. It has to do with flowers, which is Gardens of Enchanted Garden or something like that is what he's called. He's only about $30, which isn't bad for a Build-A-Bear, because a lot of Build-A-Bears aren't worth anything. So I'll take the 30 all day long, but he was rainbow, so I knew that would be okay. And but the brighter colored rainbow ones, the rainbow frog especially, go for 180-ish. So keep an eye out for them when you're out in the wild. And the only reason I know this is I was doing this particular batch of things this morning and yesterday, so some of it's kind of fresh in my brain in looking things up. This is a poison apple from Disney World, probably from the Not So Scary Halloween thing that they do. It's a cider mug with a lid, and you get this when you're there for that particular event. So the cool thing about these guys is they're usually limited edition. They come in a couple different colors. I've seen this in a few different colors, like red and green. This one's purple, which is one of my favorite colors. And this one's going to go between, probably, I paid $1 for it, probably between $20 and $30, but we shall see. And again, I will pop up here the actual information that I found the other day when I was doing this. So this is a Scentsy Buddy. He's a butterfly. He does not have a scent pack in him, but that's easily, you know, they can always get a scent pack. Or just put their own little scent pack in there. You could actually just put some, I'm seeing his wings are here. You could actually just put a, like a dryer sheet in it or something, if you have a scent that you like, just to make him have a little scent to him. But this is a Scentsy Buddy, and they're meant for kids. This one is an autism awareness, and I actually have 2 of them. And again, these were $2.50 at the same yard sale. She had a bunch of things. She worked at a school, and she bought some things for her classroom. And, you know, she didn't need them anymore. She got changed to another classroom, who knows. But, so they're not really beat up or anything. They were just for, I guess, when there were moments the kids needed some time to just sit and reflect. Because, you know, sometimes they do, especially little kids. So I have 2 of these. Their name, it's like Bernie the Buddy Fly, I think is what his name is. So, and I think these are probably $20–$25, which is not too shabby. Sorry, the bag fell over. Because that's always helpful when the bag falls over. And this is a Rust Bunny. This is Roker. I might have showed him in another video. I'm conflicted. If I did, sorry. He got mixed into this bag, but he is from the same yard sale, and he was $1. No, I'm sure I did now, because I remember he had a $1 thing on his, someplace on his ribbon here. I don't see it now, but it has fallen off since the last video. But the big one of him sells for quite a bit. There's like a 22-inch one. He is 14 inches, but still, I think he was $30. So not too shabby there. But again, I will, in case I'm mistaken, I'll pop it up here. It fell over again. It's just that way. This, for those that know, this is Jeffrey, the Toys R Us, I want to be a Toys R Us kid guy. Yeah, him. This is Toys R Us. It isn't super old Toys R Us, despite Toys R Us being out of business for quite some time, but they did sell their brand, so some of their stuff still was going on in other stores. I want to say maybe Kohl's. I could be wrong, but I found him online, and he's called a Squishy something, Squishy Light or Squishy Lish, because he's squishy and not really squishy. I don't know. He's a little squishy, but he's not like Squishmallow squishy. But okay, if you say so, I believe you. But he is cute, and it's got a long neck, and he's like veloury and sweet and clean. So probably $15 to $20, which is not bad. So, and if you just watched the last video I did, then I had belts, and this is that other belt that I was talking about in that video with the silver. And again, this one is also in very nice condition. It's braided. This one has the regular tip of it, but you can see these holes are not tore up or anything like that. It looks like it was never worn, probably wasn't. This is a 44, and it's also leather with bonded lacing. So there you go. So they're, you know, they're not name brand, they're nothing special, but they're still probably $15 to $20, and I think I paid maybe 1 or 2. So I'll take that all day long. That's a good return on my investment there. So this little guy is a Commonwealth bunny, vintage. It's got a carrot blankie, and bunny slippers. Look at that. It's so cute, and it's like he's in his pajamas. This is a pretty old Commonwealth tag, as Commonwealth goes. Super cute. Probably maybe in the 80s, because it's made in China, but it was pretty darling. It probably is going to need to go in the washing machine though, because he's not dirty, but he needs a refresh. This one, however, has tags and does not need a refresh. This is a Gund, and it is the Boo, dog Boo, and it is in a dragon costume. Probably for the Year of the Dragon, which I think was last year. The Boo, the cutest dog, you know him. There you go. So anyway, and he is cute. I will give him that. And he's in a dragon costume, but the hood is removable, and you can get see his little ears. There's his little face. So, but oh, come on. Who couldn't? Well, I mean, a dragon and a boo and a dog. I mean, things in costumes tend to do well. I don't know why, but they do. So yeah, he's a buddy boo, is what it says on here. Yeah, I don't know what year it is, but like I said, probably last year. So I'm gonna say maybe 15 to 20. I don't remember if it was more than that, but I'm gonna guess 15 to 20. Now this guy here is just a baby blanket. You can see it's got a waffle, and it's got some blue and pink lines in it, and it's got a pink here. It does need a little bath. It has like an ink spot, a little teeny tiny ink spot on the satin there, but nothing major, no major stains. It's really clean. It's got a little pilling, so it's going to need a little time with the sweater shaver. And it was stored, so it kind of smells like it was like in a garage. It has like that engine-y smell. Nothing too terrible, just like it's not like overbearing, but you can just kind of smell it there a little bit. But probably $50 once it's spruced up, because waffle knit satin edged blankets that are vintage always sell for about $50. Well, not always, nothing's always, but you know, sometimes things just do really well. So this, again, China. I said in the other thing, I don't pick up China very much, but I picked this up. These are 2 dessert plates, and it's got this black and gold rose pattern. It looks blue. Maybe it is blue. Well, that would be even cooler, like a cobalt blue. Maybe. I'm gonna have to get. Yeah, it is cobalt blue. How about that? But this is Noritake, so it was $5 for the 2 plates at the thrift store. And like I said, I don't usually pick it up, but that's an old Noritake mark. So that's Noritake made in Japan with the M. They switched to the N, I think I want to say, these are definitely like pre-1953, but based on the pattern, the gold, the blue, this would have been used like starting in like 1918, I believe, which is right about the time that, like, I think these are pre-war, and probably maybe early 1920s, like sometime in the mid, because we went from Victorian era, where it was, you know, very much this kind of Victorian look with roses and stuff, to the more deco around like that mid-20s area, when, you know, the roaring 20s and going into 30s, and deco kind of came in. And this just gives me that feeling that this is like at that point where it was just starting to go in. Now, can I date it exactly? I can't, but I'm going to tell you, based on the mark and all the other things. Oh, there's a little chip on this one. I'm just really aggravated that that's the case. Goodwill makes me angry. And I do a run around here, but they tend to hide those chips right underneath the thing. But it's pretty small, but still, I have 1, which 2 would have been better. But these will probably fetch decent money, because this is a pretty rare pattern, and it's old. And even with that little chip on the edge there, the little flea bite, if I sell them as a pair, I probably can get more than $40 for them, which is crazy for 2 dessert plates. But if you've been on replacements.com anytime in the last, you know, few years, you probably have seen that some of these things sell for crazy amounts of money, especially old patterns that are hard to find. So, and that's one that is probably pretty hard to find, because I couldn't find it at all. Yeah, there you go. So we'll see. I might just put them up and see what happens with like an auction, and start them at like $40 or $50 and let it go from there. And if it sells for $50, that's fine, but we'll see. So this is a glass ornament. It has lights inside. It has the little switch on the side there, which I would probably try to put some things on it to make it not look like it, like glue some holly on it or something, so I could hang it on my Christmas tree. But, yeah, it's pretty cute. I've never seen this kind. Oh, they flash too, which is even better. Yeah, there you go. Oh, no, maybe that's just me moving them about. But but it's like a pretty blue and purple blown glass, no doubt. There's a little ponton on the bottom. 2.5 inches. I'm gonna guess it doesn't look quite big enough to be 3. But I think I got it for $1 at the little thrift store, and I'm gonna say it probably would go for 20. I could be wrong, but I could be right. These are Imperial Treasures is the tag. I don't know if you can read it or not, but they are placemats, and they're white with this beautiful embroidered design and bunnies on them for spring. I paid $6 for the set of 4. I'm going to say probably $25 for the set of 4. Maybe 20, but certainly they're pretty and they're very nicely made, so I think they will probably do well. But the price, like $6, just throws me for a loop all the time. This is a tiger blanket. It is blue satin on the edge, fleece on the top, and it has your embroidered tiger. It's Disney Baby on the tag. And I don't think it's super old, but it's in really good condition. It's like crib size. So I paid $5, and it's probably 20, 25, maybe 15, but probably 20, 25. But still, tripling your money is never bad. I'd prefer to do more than that, but you do what you have to do. And this is Squishmallows. I did, these are all like 15% off too, because I shop on Senior Citizen Day. It's a pig with a drink and a coconut, and it still has its original tags. Again, this was at the little thrift shop, so I picked it up. Again, I don't usually pick up Squishmallows because the market for Squishmallows is not what it used to be. But I think I looked him up and he was like $15. So that's good for a Squishmallow, because most Squishmallows don't do $15 anymore because there's just so many of them. But sometimes you find 1 or 2 that do okay, and that's always good. This is another Commonwealth, very vintage plush. Look at him. He has got a little ball. He's a bear. I think he's a bear with a ball. A bear with a ball. Probably $15 to $20. Commonwealth doesn't fetch giant money, but he is vintage, so I mean, look at him. He's cute. So I thought, yeah, all right, he's vintage. We'll pick him up. And like I said, at 50 cents, it's just one of those things. Why would you not? You know, if it's vintage, and why would I not pick it up? So, and this is the last one. This is a Mary Meyer poodle, pink poodle. It does need a little bit of a bath because it's a little rough. But it's cute. It's got, here's the Mary Meyer tag. So, and it's marymeyer.com on there, so it's not super old, but still might be vintage, but it's not super old. But probably 12 to 15, I'm gonna say. So at 50 cents, that's not terrible either. But she's cute. Then I picked this one up at a yard sale. Now a lot of these are angels. She's not an angel. There's no place there where wings on the back. She does have her little tushy there. Oh, don't look. But look at that face and those eyelashes. She has a teeny bit of paint loss on her ponytail too. But on the front, she looks great. She's a mama or a baby mama. She's a little girl, I think, feeding a baby. But those eyelashes and that pouty face kill me. Now, she is Ideal Toy Company, and she is dated 1966, I think. 1966. I don't know if you can see, but I'm going to try to finagle it so you can. There you go. The date's up at the top. And then Ideal Toy Company. Yeah, so. And she's made in Portugal. I got her for $1. I'm not exactly sure, but I just thought she was great. So I'm going to guess maybe 20, 25. She might be worth more, but I just thought she was great. Look at that face. She was great. This one, however, so this was at the Goodwill, $4. And I looked it up because it's a camel, but it's all leather. And I thought that was pretty unique, and I had never seen anything like this before, and I didn't know if it was from a nativity set, because nativity set stuff individually can do pretty well. And this particular camel, the same one at the same size, sold for almost $90. So I'm not sure why, but we'll see what happens with that, because 90 would be nice for $4 if that's what that was. So I would be happy with that. And then this is just a tie, nothing exciting, nothing fancy, but it looked vintage. It was Ponte Vecchio. There's the tag. It's got a floral foulard pattern on it, and a little bit of a check or a lattice, trellis, all those words work. But it's blue and navy and green and all the good colors, and it's silk, and it was $2.49, and it'll probably fetch 15, maybe 20, depends on the day. Then we have these guys, and these are some jewelry I picked up, and I said I wouldn't pick jewelry up, and then I saw jewelry and picked it up anyway. But this is all stone with a really pretty brass cabochon, brass mount for a cabochon. It's like a pink moonstone. It's got some enameled leaf work on the bottom there, and the I can't remember, my brain's not working, but the latch is, you stick the little thing into the hole, and that's how it works. There's a name for that latch, but it's not in my brain right now. All the beads are glass or stone. I think they're glass. And I mean, it's just pretty well made, and it's pretty cool looking, and like the filigree work is really nice, and you can see the back of it. Looks like a seashell. Now, I'm going to tell you, I think this is made to look old. I don't think it's at all old. I haven't researched it at all, so I will, because it could be older. But even so, I think I paid up for this and these pieces, some of them, a little bit. But I still think that they're probably $20, $15 to $20 at the end of the day. So that's not terrible if that's how that works out, but we will see. It looks like there may be artisan made ones too. I don't know, but I'll do some more research, because there's some info on the box that I just noticed because it flipped over. So we have these earrings, and I'm telling you, I want to keep them. I might keep them. They may end up just going into Debbie's collection of earrings, because I have a lot of earrings. If you ever watch me enough, you'll see it. My earrings change pretty frequently, but these are like little blue and white ceramic or pottery owls, and they're adorable with a few beads there, and they're on the hooks, and they're just cute. They're just really cute. So for those that haven't watched before, my mom used to collect owls. So things that are owls remind me of my mom. I don't collect owls because my mom had like 2,500 of them, and that would be insane. And I don't need to collect owls. But every now and then I see something cute like these guys. And I think they're not, and the thing that's great, like they're not exactly the same, but they're adorable. So I just think they're really cute. So I might sell them, because they might sell for $15 or so, but I might keep them because I like them, or I might keep them for a while and then sell them, because that could happen too. So this is a set. This is there's the earring hanging right on there. These are really pretty glass beads, and again, I don't think these are old. Well, not old, but they had these. Look at the gold and black and purple, and they're just so pretty. They're really, really pretty beads. The beads themselves, I mean, if you were just buying them to like take it apart and use the beads for something else, would be worth it probably. And then they come with that's matching earrings, which are, just look at the iridescence on that. It's just so pretty. Anyway, so for the set, maybe 25, because it's a set, because sets do better usually. And then I have this second set, and this is diachronic, and I'm going to say this is probably going to sell for more. This is a bracelet and earrings. I wish I had the necklace, but just the bracelet and earrings. But look at the beads on there. So this glass with these beads and these earrings with these beads, I'm going to say will do well. And whether I sell them together or apart, but I haven't looked up the prices. I'll pop up prices up here once I do the research on them. But you know, they're really interesting looking. So that set was, you know, like the same thing. I think I bought them all maybe for 20. I want to say that I bought all of them for 20. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. So do the math. Whatever that was, it's not a huge amount of money. So you know, I'm going to make money on them. How much? Jewelry's weird. Jewelry's really weird. Some of the stuff you never think would sell sells for really good money, and other stuff you think was going to go for really good money takes forever to sell and doesn't sell well. So you know, it really depends. But these are also glass beads. They're kind of a honey colored. You know, they have that. They're like that honey colored, and have a little bit of variations in them in orange. Really pretty. Just reminded me of amber. They're not amber, but they remind me of that. They have that kind of look to them, and they have the same put the little stick in the hole kind of latch. There's a name for this. Somebody pop it into the comments, for my brain's on vacation right now, and I can't get it to go because I said it, but it will go because you just have to kind of push it in straight, and then once it's in all the way, there you go. It'll go down over the beads, and then it locks, and there you go. So this is like about 14 inches probably, but it's just pretty. I mean, you know, it's like even the little finials in between them are like the bronze. It's really pretty. It's well made. Whoever made it did a good job. Her stuff is pretty. The glass beads are nice. So again, probably $15 to $20, but you never know, because you know what I think doesn't matter. It's what people are willing to pay that matters. So that, you know, that's how it always is. And I just dropped one somewhere. It went into the bag, I think. Anyway, I'll find it in a minute. This is my life. I have to drop things on the floor at least 20 or 30 times a day because I need to bend over that many times, apparently, according to the God's way of doing exercise. Debbie needs to bend over, so we're going to make her drop things on the floor day in and day out. I don't know. That just seems to be the way it is. Anyway, so that is all I have for you today on this video. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate taking the time. If you like this content, please leave a thumbs up. Let algorithm on YouTube know, Algorithm, that's his name, know that you enjoyed it, and he will be so kind as to let more people see it. If you enjoy and you want to know when I'm going live, you can hit the notification button, the little bell. It'll let you know next time that I have stuff up, that I posted something up. And then if you hit the subscription button, that's free, but it'll let you know, you'll be able to see in your subscription area all the videos that I put up as they go. So if you miss something, you can go back and watch it without having to try to find it in there. And I do appreciate you so much for watching. If you like any of this stuff, it will be up eventually on eBay. So keep an eye out, and you can purchase it from there on my eBay store, which is also Basket Case Mama Fab Finds. And I hope you enjoyed this content, and I love that you came and spent time with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.